Well, hello there.
Hi there.
It wouldn't be any kind of show if there wasn't some kind of end of the year, best of 2022
Yes.
special. So I guess that's what this is.
Okay.
We're glad you're here. Hey, what's up? Tony and Chris back again. So glad to have you, and so glad to have so many subscribers. We were shooting for a certain number, and we have blown past that number. And
Surged past it. I'm so excited. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty excited to have you here. So Christmas just happened. Hanukkah just happened. Kwanzaa, I can't remember the exact dates for Kwanzaa, but I know there's a lot of different things that get celebrated in December. Whatever your celebration may be, we hope that it was either amazing or you're excited about what it is going to be. We just finished off Christmas.
Yes.
So, quick recap. Best gift you got?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, they were all so good. I don't know. Some shirts I liked.
It's funny, you get older, you say, oh, yeah, I can really get some
I was more excited about seeing Lily and Rachel get their stuff.
Yep, you're officially a dad. That's what when you know. For me, I don't really ask for anything except outside of records. I love records, which I did get a couple ago. I got an original Smiths, their first record. I got a Sundays record I wanted. And then with a gift card that I got from my in-laws, I went out to a record store, Lost and Found Records here in Knoxville, Tennessee. And they had a first pressing of Van Halen's first album.
Jealous.
Still had the hype sticker on it.
Love that.
Grabbed that. So, boom. Pretty great.
Love that.
But in dad mode, I would say the best part of Christmas for me, and I got made fun of by my daughter and my wife. So we have dogs and cats, and you buy the usual stuff for dogs and cats, treats and toys and stuff. Well, we have a pit bull who doesn't really like to play with toys, so she's hard to buy for. The two boy dogs are great. They love treats, they love toys, awesome. And then a cat, who everything we bought this stupid cat for the last several years, she never plays with it, she doesn't want it. But we tried again this year for a cat tree with carpet on it, because she loves scratching our carpet, which makes me want to strangle her.
Yes.
And we got one, and she loves it.
Okay.
She's been scratching on it, sleeping on it, playing with it, and I took more joy in watching the cat have a good Christmas morning. I said, this is the best Christmas I've had. And Katie was like, you proposed to me on a Christmas. I said, okay, second best.
That's awesome.
Sorry.
Oh, and I remember what my favorite one is. Rach gave me a thing I noticed a long time ago called the perfect push-up. I'm back into the habit of every morning, get up, knock out some push-ups. But it has a board where you stick the handles at certain positions and it works different parts of your chest. Oh. And she got that for me, either because I suggested it or she thinks I'm getting fat.
Well, either way,
so
it's a win. I mean, you're going to get healthier.
Yes, so I'm excited about that.
Nice. Okay, well, we hope you had a great holiday as well. We did Katie she wanted to do a classic Italian kind of dinner for our Christmas dinner. So we had pasta and antipasta plate, whatever those cakes are they have that are delicious. I can't remember what they're called, but it was awesome. And just all around. Nice to be with family.
Yeah.
Always good to be with family and friends. Now, you had great success in a gift you gave Rachel.
Maybe. Now, I've given her so many gifts that I think are sentimental that she's going to love. And, she's always like, oh, thankful and appreciative. But I'm like, nah, I didn't get what I wanted there.
Didn't quite get the reaction I was hoping for.
But her favorite word, and I hate the word, is cozy. She loves that word. It's like the lights have to be cozy. When we're watching a movie, she needs to be cozy. And I'm like, ah. And, try to buy her clothes. And it's like, these aren't cozy. So, yeah. So I looked up what's the coziest, pajama set. And there's a thing called Miss Cozy, MISSCOSY.com.
Okay.
Hit it out of the park. I bought her a set, and when she opened it, she was like, oh, this is nice. And I was sitting there going, she ain't going to like it. She ain't going to like it. And then a day later, she's like, I don't want to take this off. I know we've got to leave. I don't want to take it off. And she comes home and she gets right into it. And I'm like, okay.
That's a slam dunk.
I've got a homer here.
Nice. Very nicely done. So it's MissCozy.com.
Yes. And everybody use that. Mention my name.
Yeah. There is no discount. They'll charge you more probably. Clearly, they're either British or Canadian.
Why is that?
Spelling it COSY. See, that's...
No, they could just be an idiot like me and misspell it.
I doubt that. I think not too many people running successful businesses like, I take that back.
In Alabama, there's all kinds of people that misspell things.
I take that back. Okay. Well, we hope you had a great one. Weather across the country has been wild. We didn't have a white Christmas here in eastern Tennessee, but close day after.
Yeah.
And it was
it hit in a hurry,
wreaking havoc, and of course around the country in areas that you can say, I guess, are used to this kind of weather, upstate New York and things like that. But what a tragic story. This young lady, 22 years old, she worked at a senior center, and she was on her way home from work and got stranded in a blizzard. And, of course, blizzard in Buffalo, New York is nothing to sneeze at. She was staying in touch with her family. She was texting them. She sent some video and stuff, and she had plans because I've called 911. I'm going to wait for first responders. If they don't get here by the time I run out of gas, I'll try to get out and walk. But I mean, 6 minutes from her house, and she did not survive. And it's terrifying, and it's horrible to think. I can't imagine what that family must be thinking and going through to know that she was so close to being home, and then that happened. So it got us thinking about some things. And in those kinds of places, normally, I think people know that they should have certain things in their vehicle, but maybe they don't follow through like they should. In places where we live in the South, you don't get that kind of stuff very often, so you maybe don't think about it.
Yeah.
But what are some things, according to mechanics, that we should all have in our car for winter weather? Just going to blast through these real quick.
Okay.
Make a little list and make sure that you're ready for. And we will never be caught off guard because Katie's all about being ready.
That's me. I'm that way. And let me just go ahead and stop some of you naysayers right now because I know what's going to happen because I'll have this argument. Won't say with who. But I don't have room for that in my car. You can say, okay, let's get a little cubby or something you put it in. We'll just keep it in the garage. And then come wintertime, it goes in the car for a couple of months. We can get by for a couple of months with it in there.
Yeah, well, and it's a pickup truck and an SUV household, so
yes,
no room in there for that?
Now, she hasn't, in fairness, had that argument with me. I'm assuming that she'll have that argument with me.
You're predicting future arguments. Excellent. You know you're in a good relationship. I'm the same way. I guarantee you she's going to be pissed at me for this. It's just what happens.
It's what I do. I make her angry.
Okay. So here's some things that mechanics say you should have in your car for winter weather. Obviously, a warm blanket, at least one. This is a great one. It's a military style, 64 by 88 inches. It's only about $40 at Amazon, and so it's machine washable. It'll keep you warm even if it gets wet.
Oh, I love that.
Which is key. Rubber tire traction mats. You get stuck somewhere, these can go right around the tire. I guess it's kind of like chains, except they're rubber mats, and it's better than plastic because it won't shoot out backwards, doesn't flex as much. LED flares and reflective triangles, always a good idea.
And you can get those in packs for like $15 where it comes with a road assistance kit, next to nothing.
Absolutely. And again, most of these things are available, through Amazon, or if you hate Amazon for
I don't know why you would do that.
A car escape multi-tool. They recommend keeping this in your car all the time, not just winter, but especially in winter. You don't realize how hard it is to break glass. They make it look so easy in the movies.
My mom sent me one of these 5 years ago.
A portable power source. A portable battery pack lives in your car, and maybe you got a charging cord plugged into your car or whatever, but if your battery dies, if something happens to your vehicle, this can ensure that your phone has juice to help get people out there to rescue you. Obviously, a jumper kit, some road salt. It's great. They said keep an extra bottle of ice melt in your car with you. It's great. It's like $8 at Walmart. Mm-hmm. Some window wiper fluid that has de-icer in it, a little shovel and snow brush, and depending on where you live, bear spray. And it's certainly, here in East Tennessee.
Isn't that called Nair?
That's BEAR sprays.
Oh.
This is for the animal.
Gotcha.
Okay. But it can protect you from potential predators, or maybe even, can you use that on humans?
I don't know.
One way to find that might be a test we do here at some point. Hand warmers.
Spray Cody down, turn him loose with a bear.
Hand
See
warmer,
how it works out.
Toilet paper, and maybe some super warm clothing. And then baby and kid care, depending on if you have that in your life. Yeah, it sounds like a lot, but you put that all in like one or two big packets, put it in a corner of your trunk or in the back of your SUV, and you're ready.
Yeah.
And you want to have every opportunity to survive in a bad situation. So this is our good deed for the day.
Yeah, we get to count this off. We write this off.
Yeah.
Public service announcement.
I'm going to immediately negate that with making fun of somebody right now.
Okay, I'm all for that.
At the grocery store the other day, and we're behind this woman, and she's fairly normal. She's not super old or anything. She's just regular person. And it's time to pay, and she pulls out her wallet.
She gonna do the two transaction thing?
We've seen a lot of that, but no. This one, she pulls the wallet out, and then she pulls out a square of tinfoil and proceeds to unwrap the tinfoil. And is she having a snack right now? Does she bring? And she gets her credit card out of the tinfoil, and the cashier says, "I'm sorry, I have to ask, why do you keep it in?" She goes, "Well, I don't want anybody to steal my information off my credit card, so I wrap them in tinfoil, and that way everything's safe." Now, I'm not saying that there aren't people out there who would do things like that, and there's certainly devices that they use they can walk by you with your purse and they can steal information. But Tony, it's still shocking to see.
It's shocking to see. And Tony, first of all, I want to commend you for your class and the way you handled that.
Okay.
Talking about that. Now, what I'm curious about with this nut job is what did she get? Did you see any of the items she got?
Just regular groceries as far as I can tell.
Because I'm just wondering, regular groceries, are these cleared? How does she know? I would have been right in her ear going, oh, I heard those things are scamming you. What?
The people at Kraft,
Yes.
They're putting little microphones in the macaroni and cheese boxes now.
Oh, my goodness.
And that's the thing. And not to get off on a whole deal, conspiracy theorists say,
we used to do Conspiracy Chris. I'm all about it.
But yours was about stuff that didn't matter. It was about stupid Hollywood stories where they are making a lot of that stuff up, and it is true.
Yeah, that's my thing, is most of it, because we know PR agents in Hollywood, and we know some of the scams they've pulled to publicize a movie. But when you're a lunatic, I'm just telling you, like, I'm not going to say who or where, but I was told the other day about somebody that they said point blank that bombing that happened in Nashville on Christmas Day a couple of years ago was done from Space Force with a laser, because it was basically deactivating all the nuclear weapons in the world. And that AT&T building found out about it and was about to expose it, and Space Force took it out.
And this person believed this.
Two people believed it and said it was, and they said the key words. So this is the reason why I think it could be true. They said it's verified.
Yeah, okay.
And it's been publicized plenty by national organizations.
Interesting. There's no way you can't fix these people. No, you can't fix that. They're going to believe those things, and more power to them. And yay, Space Force. Okay.
Those are the same people that can't figure out why Gilligan got magnetized on that episode of Gilligan's Island. They're like, how is that even possible?
How do you make a radio out of a coconut? There's all kinds of problems there, but that's a whole other episode. All the problems on Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, that's a special we'll be doing later this summer.
Maybe 2023 we can deal with that issue. All right, let's get to this. And we want to spend a little time here. You can't do a final show of a year and not talk about the best stuff of the year.
Yes.
And, we're entertainment fanatics, so we'll just hit a few things that commonly what we found. We checked like 3 or 4 different lists for movies, 3 or 4 different lists for TV, 3 or 4 different lists for music. And then we'll also do a specific country one, too.
Okay.
Since kind of our bread is buttered in country music, we want to hit that out. But
Top Gun Maverick, best movie. Next.
It is. I have to admit, it's a great movie. A guy texted us on the text line the other day and said, hey, I watched Top Gun Maverick. I think it might be better than the first one. I said, it's definitely better than the first one.
It's way better than the first one.
First one was a piece of junk.
Did you hear what Paramount did to launch it on Paramount Network, where you can get it now? They looped the shirtless football scene for 3 hours. So all the women were like, oh, hey.
Like a little Yule log. It wasn't just women, I'll bet.
Oh, yeah.
That's a sweet Yule log you got there.
Oh, wow.
You got to do what you got to do. So, you want to start with movies?
Sure.
Top Gun Maverick definitely on pretty much every list. Here's a few other ones that made the best list, and by all means, we want to hear your opinion. What was the best movie you saw in 2022, or what did you think was the best TV show that you streamed, or what was the best music, the best album you bought, or whatever?
Put it in the comments, please.
Get those in the comments, and we'll link some stuff too. But let's jump in. So we're actually going to get a little quick review on this one, and we've talked about it before. We talked about the practice run that Chris made, but on several lists, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery gets in there as one of the best movies of the year. You saw it. What do you think?
I don't think it's one of the best movies of the year. It was entertaining. It was basically a star-studded TV movie to me.
Okay.
It was one of those Agatha Christie mysteries. It was like the Poirot movies that have been coming out. I mean, I enjoyed it, but
it didn't change your life?
No, I didn't walk away going, I cannot wait to watch that again.
Okay. All right.
But there is an interesting, if a spoiler, should I say the name? Because nobody recognized her because she was 150.
Yeah, but I just...
Okay, there's a cameo in it, let's just say, that happens on Zoom of 4 celebrities. So pay close attention to that.
Okay. Another one that has made the best list for several folks, and this one's already been nominated for a Golden Globe. We talked about it during that special, was The Banshees of Inisherin, Colin Farrell, and Brendan Gleeson. I went home and watched the trailer after we did our show that day, and it looks very interesting to me. Basically, these guys are like longtime friends, and then for apparently no reason whatsoever, Brendan Gleeson's character just decides, I don't want to be friends with you anymore.
Good for him.
And he's like, get out of my life. I don't want to talk to you anymore. But Colin Farrell's like, he has to know why.
Oh, those are the worst.
well, okay, hold on a second. So you're telling me, you and I have been friends for 30-something years, that if I just one day walked in and said, you know what, I don't want to talk to you anymore, you wouldn't have questions?
Sure.
But you wouldn't ask him?
Nah.
Good to know our relationship has meant so much.
I mean, how many times as guys, like women will be like, oh, Susie broke up with John. Oh my gosh, girl, come over here tonight. We're talking about this. We're going to work it out. I could go and go, Tony got divorced. Really? When? A couple months ago. What happened? I don't know.
That is accurate. That's an accurate depiction. I hope that doesn't happen, obviously.
No, not on this current one. I was talking about the past one.
I still like how you leave a loophole.
Always leave a loophole. Always have an exit strategy.
Okay. Okay. Next up, we mentioned this one before. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. I want to get into this, but I just don't know.
It ain't going to happen for me.
I can follow. Tar. This is when we didn't know what it was when we first mentioned it, but Cate Blanchett is in it, and I guess she is a fictional composer and conductor, so it's a lot of music kind of stuff. Doesn't sound like your cup of tea, Chris. No. Bones and All. I've been seeing this on Amazon, and it's basically a cannibal kind of movie. And it's got that Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah, okay. Willy Wonka kid.
Yeah, he's in it, but I don't know anything else about it. Nope.
That was okay.
I liked it. I liked Nope. I loved the first one. Was the first one Get Out?
Yes, loved that one.
I love Jordan Peele's Get Out. I didn't love Us.
Yeah.
I couldn't really get into that one. I mean, I know what the movie's about. I just didn't like it. But Nope, I really enjoyed, just as a fun little thrill ride kind of thing. As that's made several lists. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio has made a bunch of lists. I haven't watched that. I don't know if I will. This is another one, All Quiet on the Western Front. I like war movies, but sometimes it just when the world is tough, the thing I don't want to watch is a movie that depresses me like that.
Yeah, every day, what disasters happen? You know what I need to do is get away. Let me go watch a movie about a disaster.
Yes. And that kind of comes in where, like Top Gun Maverick making the list. That's just a fun movie.
Yep.
A lot of fun to watch. And then this is one, if you're a David Bowie fan, you have probably
love David Bowie.
Already checked it out. Moon Age Daydream has made several lists. They say it isn't so much a documentary as an immersive musical experience.
Cool.
And if you love Bowie, that might be something you want to check out. So those are some of the ones that some people are saying should be on the best list. What about you, though? Oftentimes the movies that us common people like are nothing like what you might find on a list like this.
Yeah, I don't want to see anything artsy.
Yeah, drop in the comments. What was your favorite movie that you watched in 2022? And as you do that, we will move on to Best TV of 2022.
Okay.
Now, this first one, I mean, you either love these characters and this storytelling, or you just don't care. I am in the second camp.
Okay.
So Game of Thrones, I know, was huge.
Out. Whatever it is, if it's anything like that, I'm out.
I knew people loved it, and I like fantasy stuff, but I just couldn't get into that show. But this one is as bigger. People say it may be even better. The House of Dragon has making all the lists for the best of 2022.
Out.
Okay. Did you ever see Reign of Fire?
No.
Now, you want to see a quality dragon show.
I do not.
It's a movie.
A drag show or dragon show?
Either way.
Because I'm interested in one, but not the other.
I'd like to see a combo package somehow.
No, cross-dressing dragon?
Something like that.
Yes,
yeah.
okay.
Or a drag queen who breathes fire.
Okay, either way, we're interested.
I see a Gene Simmons thing coming in here. We're getting off track. I'm sorry. No, but Reign of Fire had Christian Bale and Matthew McConaughey were the big name stars attached to it. But it is a movie about an Earth where dragons have kind of taken over and humans are fighting to get back to. It's not bad.
Not interested.
Okay. Well, I did my best to convince you.
Yeah. As soon as you said Game of Thrones, if it was compared to that, I'm out.
No, this is nothing. House of Dragon is like a prequel to Game of Thrones. Reign of Fire is just a standalone movie about dragons.
Nah, I'm out.
Okay. So still, you're just
too close. You worded it too close.
What about Puff the Magic Dragon? What about Pete's Dragon? Remember that one? Nothing?
No, I'm out.
Okay. So Chris, staunchly against dragons. Yeah. Make a note. Andor, have you watched any of Andor yet?
No. Is that the Star Wars thing?
Yeah. I've been hearing great things about it. I loved Mandalorian. I thought that was really fun. I didn't watch the Boba Fett one. I think you did.
Yeah, Boba Fett, I didn't make it through. I was like 2 episodes, I'm like done.
Okay. So this takes place just before the movie Rogue One.
Now, Rogue One was supposed to be a standalone, which really, it was a movie before Star Wars A New Hope, and now they're making a prequel to the standalone Rogue One.
Well, that's what Andor basically is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's his character, but everybody says it's great.
Okay, I might try that then because I loved Rogue One. Although I will say the other day I posted a meme that just said George Lucas signed to direct next Star Wars movie, A Star Wars A New Hope, to be released May 25th, 1977. And I got a direct message that said, "Hey, dummy, that movie's already been made."
It's heartbreaking sometimes when you think about the stupidity in the world.
It's like, really? I just wrote back, really? With a question mark.
That really messes with their head.
Yeah, he didn't know.
Okay. The Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power on Amazon. And I love those books. I grew up reading those books, but I could not get interested in this.
Out. Now, Lord of the Onion Rings, I might be in.
Just about a big fat guy.
Yeah.
Always orders onion rings.
That's me. I'm in.
Don't try to touch him. The guy or the onion rings.
I just pictured Jabba the Hutt eating some onion rings.
Okay, Severance. This is on Apple TV.
Rachel loved it.
I've heard a lot of good things about this. Yeah, so I don't want to give away spoilers if you don't know what that's about. Barry, excellent. We've talked
You
about
got
Barry.
me on that. Love it. Henry Winkler can do no wrong. I love that man, and he's fantastic.
The Bear, which I've been singing the praises of. You got to watch The Bear.
I haven't seen that yet.
That makes the list.
I've been working through White Lotus, but as soon as I'm through with White Lotus, I'll try The Bear.
Jumping to music, and music's maybe the most divisive list of all when you start talking about best of the year, and so much new content was put out in 2022. How do you decide? But here's a few that made some lists. So Rolling Stone did like a top 100, and so we just jumped to their like top 15, top 20, because that's where you start seeing a lot of commonalities in all the different lists. So here's what they've got for us. Noah Cyrus, The Hardest Part.
That Billy Ray's kid?
I believe so. Vince Staples, Ramona Park, Broke My Heart.
Never heard of it.
Angel Olsen, Big Time. Megan Thee Stallion, Traumazine.
Heard of her, don't know it.
Barty Strange, Farm to Table. Omar Apollo, Ivory. Anything yet you've heard of?
No.
That's the thing about these lists. It's hard to keep up. Steve Lacy, Gemini Rights. And a lot of this is hip-hop, so that's not really my cup of tea, so I don't keep up with a lot of that. I know this band. I've always been kind of a mid-level fan. Spoon. You ever heard of them?
They sing, was it Love and Spoonful?
It's a different band.
Oh.
Spoon, Lucifer on the Sofa made the list. Kendrick Lamar's on the list. Wet Leg. I actually like these guys. A couple of girls' debut album came out this year, Rock and Roll.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff.
Is it okay for me to play that for Lily?
I couldn't say for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Because I can't even tell anymore. Like, I was listening to a local radio station here, and we're driving down the road, and I start hearing a song to the Super Freak music, and I'm like, oh, I know that's Super Freak. And then I start listening to the lyrics. I'm like, whoa, hey.
Wait, wasn't You Can't Touch This?
No, it was not. It was worse than that. Way worse. It was You Can Touch It, and here's all the things you can do to it.
Okay. Even the top 5. Now, Harry Styles House?
Yes.
Or Harry's House, rather.
Okay, I know
in
him.
there.
Yeah, he's
got
good.
that. Rosalia Motomami.
That's Toto, right?
I've only
Rosanna.
I've only heard of this young lady recently, but I've heard that it's a great album.
Okay.
Taylor Swift, Midnights. I mean,
listened to that the other day. I enjoy it. I love Taylor Swift, and she puts herself with a good group of people to write, and they write some great, catchy songs.
it's good. I had not heard it. Lexi brought it over a box of her albums, because we always play cards, and everybody gets to pick records, so she brought a bunch of her stuff. So I learned a bunch of new music that I had not heard yet, all female singers, which is really kind of awesome. Bad Bunny comes in at number 2 on this list, and every list I've seen, and I checked a bunch of them, every list, Beyonce's Renaissance.
Really?
Album of the year is what they all say.
Oh, I got to listen to that. Rachel will want to hear that, too.
I think she's awesome, but I just don't get into her music.
Yeah.
I think she's super talented, though. Now, we would say we'd give you a specific country list, too, because country's kind of where we've done our thing over the years. So here is what one particular Billboard, I think, this is the Billboard, what they consider the top 10 albums of the year. See how many of these you know. Drake Milligan, Dallas-Fort Worth. I think he was a America's Got Talent guy.
Okay.
So I don't really know him, but he's on the list, so good for him. Gabe Lee, the Hometown Kid. One of the rare things, a Nashville native.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you don't see those a lot. Mitchell Tenpenny is the last one I've met that has hit it big. Lainey Wilson, Bell Bottom Country.
Yes, boy. And you watch. I just said this to Rach. The copycats are coming. There will be a lot of women that have her sound that are just so country coming out in the next 2 years.
Yeah, I can see it.
Every label is going to be like, we need our own Lainey Wilson.
Yeah, well, she's had that little acting role on Yellowstone, and she's done a good job with that. The thing that I'm bummed about, our need to sexualize female singers, because all I've seen on TikTok and stuff is women comparing their butts to Lainey Wilson.
Yeah, I saw her comment on that. She says, whatever brings you to the party's fine. She goes, I wish you were talking about my music.
Luke Combs, growing up, he might be the most mainstream name on this list. Adeem, the artist, White Trash Revelry. I don't know. I'm not familiar with this artist. I think they're non-binary, so that makes it kind of interesting for country. Haley Witters.
I know the name.
She's had songs recorded by Martina McBride and Little Big Town, some others, so she's getting her chance, I guess, in the spotlight. Miranda Lambert, there's a big name I think everybody knows. Palomino makes their list for top 10 albums. Willie Nelson, A Beautiful Time. I 100% agree with this. Please, if you have not listened to that record, it's excellent. Ashley McBride presents Linville.
Okay.
So she gets in at the number 2. So what is their number 1 country album for the year? A name you may be hearing quite a bit. I think this guy's about to blow up. Zach Bryan.
It's going to be huge. And what I like is there's so many artists now that are coming up that are not on radio.
Yeah.
Like we listened to Tyler Childers on the way back from Nashville the other day, and it was like, man, this guy's great. And Sturgill Simpson produces him, and I
love Sturgill Simpson. Well, look how long Cody Johnson did it on his own before he even signed a record deal. And now just this year, he had that huge year, the huge song. So, I mean, it's always nice to see them get that, but that's the beauty of these kinds of artists is they don't really care.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care.
They don't need it now.
I don't need radio anymore. And there's so many places to get the music. So.
Well, the world is so small now. That's the reason why we're here with you right now. You found us on YouTube, subscribe to this page, and are watching this, and we appreciate it. But this wasn't possible 10 years ago. I mean, where everybody could, oh, yeah, let me just pull it up and watch it.
Yeah. So it's kind of awesome. But anyway,
and that's why artists are traveling around.
Some of the best of 2022. And as we do that, I think we can move into our last little portion of the show, some internet that made us laugh. Let's dive in with maybe the most vicious child. What an idea.
This kid's mind.
I can see a little 3-year-old girl twisting a black mustache and laughing.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, here we go. Let's throw it up. My niece turned 3 today. She asked for a Lion King cake, but specifically the moment where Mufasa dies because, quote, everyone will be too sad to eat the cake and it will be all for me. And look at that. They put a dead Mufasa on the plate.
That's like Dr. Evil, like James Bond villain stuff right there.
Hey, speaking of that, here's another one. Jeff Bezos pledges to donate majority of his $124 billion to charity. Comment underneath, someone got visited by 3 ghosts last night. That's awesome. This one hits a little too close to home for me. I have a child who graduated with a very high degree in English from a very
Lexi's brilliant
university. But this one gets me right here. I ruined a family's graduation dinner at work tonight. Here's how I did it. Me. Hi, folks. How we doing? My name's Andrew. I'll be taking care of you tonight. Customer. Hi, Andrew. Our daughter graduated today with an English degree. Me. Oh, my goodness. That's fantastic. I actually have a master's degree in English literature. Can I get you folks started with some chips and salsa? Oh, the pain. It's the period between Christmas and New Year. No one knows what day it is. Time doesn't really exist. Can we start drinking at 10 a.m.? Why not? Existence is confusion.
I love everything about that.
I feel that way every week of the year, but especially the time between. This is so me. I feel seen and heard, and I want to be this person's best friend on Twitter. Toxic King. New year, new me. I'm going to be worse.
That's probably the most accurate tweet of the year.
I love that one. And then this is great from Rob Den Bliker. You can't fool me, weather service. Arctic blast, polar vortex, and deadly blizzard conditions are all Gatorade flavors. And then one more here, and this is one I think we've all felt, from Abby Heigl. The snooze button is great when you want to be angry every 9 minutes. I've never been a snooze button guy.
No, we can't risk it.
Yeah.
I got stuff to do.
Alarm goes off, I got to get up. Because if I start the snooze process, I don't know if I'll hear it the second time it goes off. I don't know what'll happen.
I know you're going to think I'm crazy, and I'm not asking you to do 100, do a full workout, but if you roll out of the bed, as soon as your alarm goes off, and do either 25 crunches or 25 push-ups every day. My dad does, I think, 50 to 100 crunches every morning. He rolls out of bed and does it, and has done it for 40 years. And he's pretty good shape.
Yeah, he looks good.
It'll change your life, give you some energy to start your day.
I like to get up and
I'm not doing it.
I immediately drink 25 ounces of beer.
Yes.
I feel like I'm doing something.
Much needed yeast.
Yes, that's what the doctor told me. You don't have enough yeast in your diet. You should be drinking more beer. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you being here. If you have not already, please do like the video. We invite you to go back. If you're new to the channel, go back and watch some of the other stuff we put up there. We have shorts. We have long-term shows like this.
And more importantly, if you already have subscribed and done these things, please, please, please refer us to your friends.
Don't forget to get it out there. Send our handle out on your social media and say, hey, check this show out. These guys are complete idiots.
That's true.
You should.
That's verified.
Definitely watch it. We appreciate you. We hope you have a great one. We will see you next time.
See ya.